You ain't beating that, buddy.
I'm really not, no.
What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the Brothers Dimm, bringing you guys another in real life Star Wars Destiny game here. On the left, we have the fan favorite, the legend himself, Mr. George. He's running Big Phasma Sentinel Retribution. And on the right, we have Mark, who is returning to form a little bit. He's sticking with his blue villain roots, but going back to Big Daddy Vader and First Order Stormtrooper. So we've got the big hard hitters here. I like the matchup of two big littles. Mark won the roll off. He's playing on the fighting pit. So this should be a heavy hitting game. I don't imagine this is going to go very long. So First Order Stormtrooper comes in with a blank. Looks like George is getting his nice power action token going. So Phasma is going to bring in 2 Foss dice of her own for a 2 range and a blank. I saw a peek in George's hand. It looks like he has 2 fists. So scary, but also kind of clogging up a little bit. Big Daddy Vader coming in and doing what Vader does. That's a 4 for 1. It looks like a 3, so already threatening 7 damage, which is a lot of damage. Let's see, does George have a response here? He's got 2 fists. I believe that's a sinister piece.
Sinister piece.
Yep. And he's going to get rid of one of the fists, I'd imagine. And he's going to get rid of the 4. Mark is going to
coming back.
Power action Vader's die back in. I think that's, I don't know what else he's got. I couldn't see George's other hand. So here comes the PA. Mark's going to pitch a conflicted. And it looks like it's
if I hit like both of
a 3.
Both
so he's threatening 6. I don't think Mark is too disappointed about not having to pay. So now we have a measure for measure. So George was able to clear up quite a bit of damage there, which was pretty good. But still staring at 3. So here comes a No Mercy.
That's the one that's
actually, I don't even know what the hell that is. Definitely not No Mercy. I gotta figure out what that card is. I don't know. So here comes 2 on Vader. It's Bloodlust. Mark playing all these cards that crazy.
Let's do 3.
So Mark's gonna do the 3 into Mama Phasma.
So 4 total. Yeah. Vader.
So for those of you guys that are out of the loop like myself, it looks like Bloodlust says after you resolve one of the attached character's dice showing damage, you may deal a damage to a character. So that's pretty spicy. So Mama Phasma coming in for two resources. I think that's actually pretty good. I mean, he's got the fist in his hand. Let's see what he decides to do. I know you don't like giving up damage, but 2 resources is pretty hot, especially now, knowing that he's got the fist.
So the Quicksilver roll it in.
Measure for measure.
Yep.
Mark smartly plays around the resources, so he can take 1 and still have to.
He remembered.
He can still start off with the fist on next turn. Here comes Sentinel Messenger. I like the little monochrome design there. There's a shield. Let's see the top, and we've got nothing worth note. Oh, maybe he's thinking. Nope, not playing it. I think George is mulling either a reroll right now, or I mean, resolving both of those things they don't feel that bad.
So
you can reroll one of your own dice, or one of mine.
Yeah.
They said both have to happen.
Yeah, and then
for the deal.
I mean, definitely. I think definitely take the resource.
That's what I'm waiting for.
The shield, I'd probably.
Something good. I'm gonna make you reroll it.
They'll want baseball. No, they'll want
And on that note, I will play.
So he gets up to 3. Now he can play. He can jam a fist down, take the shield on Phasma. So this was a pretty good turn for both people, I think.
Counter intel. Well, you're gonna get it back.
Doesn't play the counter intel. So heading to round 2.
That's true. I'm only looking at 2 of them.
Whoa. George just pitched that fist. I am mildly perplexed here. But, hey, I don't know what was going through his head. So he's got an embargo, a Imperial officer, and riot shield, and Forsaken. And he kept the counterintelligence. Mark has to seize the day, which I think is getting jammed down. This is going to be vicious. So activate Vader. George is hoping he doesn't get just waxed off the table here. For a 2 melee and a 2 resource. Okay, that's a pretty good roll. So he's threatening 3 damage with that Bloodlust, but I think George is pretty happy about the...
Yep. So shield off, 1 on.
Cool.
Bloodlust.
Cool.
Let's motivate.
So 4 of 12.
3 indirect.
I'm all done. Here you go.
Discard you.
Vader's at 3, I believe. 3 of 15.
Yeah, I'll Forsaken that. And then, yeah, you probably do your thing.
Forcing the reroll here. I do like that play. You don't want to give Vader too many resources. So he's going to pitch.
I don't play
Breaking Bonds
so.
to reroll.
Alright.
The 2 shields. So that was a pretty good play by George. You definitely don't want Vader to have a ton of resources in case he gets a fist of his own. So we've got fresh supplies, reach the stars, and tack mast. So no removal. So George is he's in a pretty good spot here to push some across on Vader. I mean, now those 2 shields kind of look a lot better.
That was my next move. Oh, get a resource. Why not?
That kind of acts as his own pseudo mitigation. He does have the fighting pit as well here.
Stretch.
Shield.
He's got time for that.
Brother-in-law lives in Washington. Wouldn't mind if they won, so I get some swag.
Riot shield does protect against the fighting pit damage that could potentially be coming though, so that's good too.
Phasma.
Here comes the 2 set aside Foss dice. We got a 2 for 1 and a 1, so 3 damage. That's pretty good. Anything you can push across on Vader is pretty awesome. Mark's only form of mitigation right now is the fighting pit, so it feels bad to do it on one of these Foss dice. So he's obviously, I doubt he does it. He's probably waiting for this roll in right here. So we get a 1 range and a 1 range. So here comes the fighting pit reroll.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Phasma's got, there's George saying, "Oh, I'm stupid." So it's okay. It's not terrible. 1 shield, so it's 1 damage to Vader. Vader's rolling a 2. So it's pretty good. And he gets rid of the shields. So not a bad trade-off actually. He's still showing 4 damage plus the Sentinel Messenger has to come in. Shield can protect Phasma if he so chooses.
Yeah.
I think
I'll call sticks.
call him the hidden motive sticks, and he does not hit back to the resource.
He loves that.
Mark just
Do you love it is the question.
dodging it. Here comes, looks like reach the stars.
Reach the stars.
Stars, roll 2 dice.
And then reroll 2.
So he gets a reroll 2, then he gets a reroll 2 again because he has the battlefield. There's the 4 for 1. He does not have a resource though. The 2 on this Foss is pretty good. He can reroll this again, and now he gets ambush.
Could you reroll
So
one of them?
blank,
You have to pick like 2.
and now he has ambush. So he could resolve that 2 for 1.
Oh, whatever.
Or the
So
2,
ambush
not 2 for
action.
1, I'm sorry. Foss.
2.
He's running out of time to use that riot shield. I'd imagine we're going to see him pitch and go for max here.
Imperial officer.
Ooh, that's a good play too because now he gets to focus a die. That's really good.
Put that in play.
So I would literally have to get a 3 to kill you.
And then with that dollar.
And then you could block most of it anyway. So. Clay.
Yeah, Mark's trying to calculate. He doesn't have a resource. So here comes the Imperial officer. Looking for a focus, I'd imagine.
How about I
Blank.
pass? I'm going to pass.
Move that Phasma to a 2 focus. You can go
This
for
trigger
max
to turn
here.
the trooper. Any side.
Here.
Yep.
And then you pass.
Hold on. I gotta do your maximum damage here.
So we can do 2, 4,
6,
6, 7.
6 and 4.
So he can't kill Vader. He can take him to.
You got one card in hand.
11.
Roll a focus, which kind of sucks.
I would imagine you're going to pitch and get a re-roll and everything that's not a 2. That Sentinel Messenger 2 extra damage could be huge right now. Don't focus yet. He's going to do it. I forgot what his last card was.
Go check, man.
Oh. This is not good.
I probably would have picked up one of the 2s, picked up the Imperial Officer and then the Sentinel Messenger and pitched a reroll and seen if I could have gotten max damage here before I get my focus done. Again, I don't know his last card, so this could be... He could be holding on to something pretty valuable here.
Yeah.
So he's going to go for a decent amount of damage. He's going to 2 focus. To a resource. Huh.
Miss, 2, 2. Damn, this Quicksilver deployment.
6 Vader for $1.
Die, dude.
6 here. It's pretty good. He had 7, but 6 is good.
$1.
Take $1. So that's Vader at 10. What's his last card? It said there's embargo.
Pulverize.
Tactical Master.
That's a pretty
3,
good.
6, 9.
Prevent the action cheat. Mark does have other means, so he has attack mass. It's dead.
Yeah. For the folks at home.
It is dead for the folks at home, so we remember it's attack mass. If he draws another, he still has
So you're
that riot, so
discarding
it's
that.
pretty good. He does have, I think, he plays 2 Seize the Days. I see Forsaken, a riot shield of his own, hidden
Get a blow
motive.
it up, so no point mechanic.
So Mark's pretty set up to not lose Vader this turn,
guess I
although
didn't
every
realize
die that
it's
he
just,
does
like,
remove
in
costs him a
general.
damage
Like,
with
I can't
retribution.
play it,
If
I mean, I'll just
so, I
tell
see a
you
measure for measure, another riot shield
You
from
always got a plan for it.
George, so that's
Never know, yeah.
blocking 6 potential damage here, so this could be a good. I see Forsaken. No Mega Blasters. Vader coming in for 3. 3, that 3 does not really bother George too much.
That's after each die.
Yes.
Focus
Nice.
to the 1.
Bloodlust is pretty nasty.
Shield up.
Baby shark.
So there's a
3.
So
gonna block the 3.
One more.
And then he's gonna take 1 from Bloodlust, so that puts him at 9 of 12.
I could, but not really feeling
He
that.
does have a Mega Blasters in his hand now. I see Mega Blasters, Conscript. I'd probably get those Foss dice in because he needs to protect himself from. Yep.
False
He's got
party.
measure for measure. So if Vader does somehow roll into lethal,
For a second, that.
Yep.
that's a character die. He should be Retribution trigger right there.
When I get too ready to die.
I'll do the same thing.
He's got to remember that.
Quick.
For those of you that are watching at home, they are
That or on that.
those are considered character dice, so that he would get that trigger every single
Like,
time.
good dude, but I didn't.
Discard or motivate.
I think you just measure for measure for whatever he draws here. Yep. So Vader's done, so that's pretty good. So we got Vader cleared out of the way. Phasma's going to come in. He's got Sentinel Messenger. I do like where he's at, though. There's 1 damage. 1 damage is fine. He can take the damage. He's got to do 5.
This 2 or 2. Okay.
Let's see Phasma coming in with the 2 focus and a 1 range. That could net his 5, exactly, depending on the last card in Mark's hand. He's got a riot shield, so Vader's a little bit... Vader's going to be a little bit protected. He's got a riot, and I forgot the other card.
15.
I forget he's 15. Damn.
I think you got this, man. Well, I don't know.
Mark
It's- yeah,
calling
I was gonna say
GG,
it's
but
close.
at the same
This
time
round
saying,
you might
maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think I got
Gotta
this.
love it.
Unless you got some shenanigans in your hand. My hand's pretty good.
I got thoughts. But
If he can get 2 resources and play Mega Blasters,
You really need Mega Blasters on the table.
the game is
yeah.
very much swung. And the fact that he doesn't have it yet,
and I have
I mean,
thoughts of where I can go here.
Mega Blasters are just so good against Vader.
I'm gonna go for it.
Gonna go for it, he says. Let's do it. YOLO.
Plus the right.
So one reset. Uh-oh, that's pretty good.
Trooper.
Switch that to the no, not the 2. Switch it to the, get that Mega Blaster.
Best defense, Phasmas.
Yep. I will, one Vader.
Pretty good value out of the best defense. So he still has a Riot to protect Vader even further.
I forgot that for Retribution. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, Retribution's tough. I saw some people at Worlds put Retribution in the middle of their 2 big characters, which I actually really liked because it like kind of forces you to not forget about
One
it.
card in your hand.
Correct.
Like those Maul
From
lists that ran Retribution.
Yep.
I really liked what they did there.
Thought it was counter. Or no, even counterintelligence, whatever. Bang.
Wouldn't have hit it, yeah.
I think playing Mega Blasters this time this round is going to be a kind of a lost cause unless he can hit the 1 out of 6. He's probably going to go for damage though. Oh, good job. I like that decision. Mark, I imagine, is going to claim. I think that's more. I think having the fighting pit is more valuable than doing 1 damage here to Phasma.
2 cards in hand.
Yep.
I think he claims. Oh, he does do it. So I think Floros claims now, so he can be in control of that.
Kind of forgot about that clause.
Just leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
Because you would always have it with behind base, right?
I think controlling the fighting pit probably wins or loses you the game here. Yeah, Mark's happy to see that. That's what Mark was debating for sure.
I don't know about you, but I was thinking maybe you should have claimed that last instead of reroll.
That's what Mark just said too.
But I don't know what you had.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's still got the riot shields. Both players have the riot shield. You're seeing 11 on Vader of the 12. You can block 2 of it with the riot shield.
Yes.
So no, as for me, I am hoping for
She's a day.
yeah, 'cause obviously you killed
So
my
he's
deck.
going for, obviously Mark's going for his
think
big
this was the
action
right play.
cheat.
If you know my deck, so or do you know this deck?
I think Floros has to jam down. But he does have some spot removal. He's got 2 automated defenses. That could be very good if he doesn't have an action cheat, which
I know you have that, and I know you have Seize the Day, and I know Race to Stars. I've seen you play that.
You need it.
Beyond that,
I don't see a seize the
Should be 2
day.
more that I'm just not hitting. Oh well. Oh, we'll go for broke here.
So he does have 2 spots with the automated defense. It's going to price him out. Ooh, that's actually a
Shields ain't bad, man. You're at 11.
Yeah, sure.
You do have the Riot Shield.
It's a really good roll.
Dude, that 9 I throw was full.
That was sweet.
I think you don't set yourself up for the fighting pit, which he is. So 2 and a 1. So here comes the fighting pit.
Yep.
He rolls a 2. That's pretty good. Mark could blank out here.
Phasma.
Does not. That's a 3.
Yeah,
So he blocks all 3 and takes 1.
Attack mass.
Mark takes 2. So Vader's at
Dude, I didn't roll high.
14.
I hit that 300.
No, Vader's
he's
at
at-
13.
10, 13.
I was rolling ice cold.
Oh, the Quicksilver you double
that's
blank.
right.
So that's 10.
Got to
And I
automate
guess
it.
like you said, round 1, round 2, I was able to take away them all
Yeah.
back to back.
Got to automate it or else she's dead, Phasma.
I wasn't sure if I should tell you.
Job. Does he roll it back in? I think he's
Yep.
going to.
Yep.
So George can buy another action here if this is anything other than melee. If it's 50 shot, ooh, that's 2 shield. That's perfect. That's the perfect roll. So he can roll in some Foss dice right here and still focus. Or yeah, go for 3 damage from the Imperial Officer. That's fine.
That was fun.
4 cards
Fixed.
in your hand.
Stuff. I also won as a roll. Kept you off the
Or he doesn't have to.
the races with Rita.
He could have left that. Go for 2-2 here. Mark can take shields. He's got another best defense. It's a pretty big deal. Yep, here comes. Jam it down.
Another best defense.
Both of hers.
Yep.
John, what are you playing?
I'll do the one to him.
So Mark has 4 remaining health
I
left.
would. So you do the 3.
Yeah. If I had 3.
So this is gone.
And one
Here.
throw.
I guess.
Here. Let's do both.
Yeah, I feel like the pulverized play was nobody would see it
So that's where everybody is, right?
Yeah.
with them all.
He could Retribution and kill Faust. That's what he's mulling over right now.
He is at
I don't think I was going to.
13 right now.
13 of 15 with shield.
Faust is an interesting play
You
here.
use both best defenses.
Correct.
Killing Faust and getting the dice off
This is
tables.
offline.
This is an interesting decision. I don't know what I would do. Probably kill first order Stormtrooper.
Oh man, they're on the board.
I'm kind of rooting for Houston.
Because then you can roll in the Faust dice.
One right here.
Ooh, okay. I think that could be good too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that would
And
be
then
funny.
me.
Because now he can power action the Faust in.
Yeah.
And he could roll lethal on Vader.
I'm talking about
Obviously, Vader's got the shields, but you're still then wasting a Vader die, which is ultimately big playing
saying he wants to
candidate.
endure another full season.
2 range. So the 2 range pops the
I would assume
the
that's
riot.
why
I
he's
believe that's
filed.
correct.
So here comes the
he's
pitch to reroll.
He's got like what, 2 years until he's a free agent. But he's saying that because he was in the minors.
Yeah,
that
pitch
he
to
should be
reroll.
after this year, after next year, he's a free agent.
See what we get. Vader rolls a blank and a 2 resource. George is great.
One card
He's
here.
perfect with that. Now he's got to pitch a reroll of his own
What
here.
was like saying-
And then he can threaten lethal. If he gets 1 damage, he threatens lethal.
You guys talk about the Brian thing?
Yeah, what's his
Yeah.
deal? He wants.
There's a cutoff like April 17th that if you keep him after that, you lose a year on your
And
pro
they-
contract,
they-
and they did it a day
He
after.
wants to keep tempo. I would pitch a reroll
So it's
here.
almost like we know we're going to bring you up, but we're
But that's a
trying
loophole in the system.
to. It is, yeah.
So whatever. I mean,
So he's trying to argue that
well, yeah, but if that's what the
Rule
definition of
is.
the rule is, then how can you argue?
Yeah,
that
he shouldn't be
it's
able.
like tax evasion and all that.
Yeah,
You know,
so he's saying.
There's no
he's
force strike, so he
saying
can't do anything. So
I
he
should
could,
have approved
if he
him
pitches the
next year.
reroll here, I think he's looking at
like,
what his
pretty
options
much-
are and what he's got
everyone
in
knew it was
there.
gonna come up.
If he pitches a reroll and gets
Intentionally
any
did it.
damage, he
They
threatens
could get this
lethal.
situation.
So he doesn't have to like activate anybody right now.
The rules therefore, right? Yeah.
I think George is in a pretty good spot. He doesn't have to do
No,
this
I mean, he
yet.
just wants more money. What's up?
2 for a buck.
He just wants to get that free agent paycheck.
Didn't have to do that yet, but he's letting him catch up. But still, Sentinel Messenger could roll a focus too. And that first order Stormtrooper die stays there. So that Foss is coming in for a
Reroll it.
reroll, and it's a 1 resource. So now I think you pitch a reroll. Or he's just going to activate that Sentinel Messenger. If he gets a focus, he's in good shape. There it is. There's a focus. Mark can't get rid of anything. If he gets rid of any character die, Vader is dead. So here comes the Sinister piece, the logistics, or the, is that Coruscant? Oh no, it's another Imperial officer. Yep.
Go ahead.
So he gets rid of a Vader die. It's a great play. He rolls into the 2 shields. That's really the only thing. So that's a dead Phasma, but he doesn't need Phasma right now. He can let Phasma die. He can focus, and then he just kills.
Gotta make you go.
Can I just say something though?
Yeah.
You are aware that if you focus to the 2 on the Stormtrooper, I can't remove it, right?
Yeah, so Mark's kind of coaching him through the end
Even
here.
if I do remove it, you can do the 1 damage to Vader.
And he's dead, yeah.
And that's kind of what I was getting at too. If he focuses to any damage on the Stormtrooper, Vader's dead.
That's true.
Because even if he removes it,
The only thing
Retribution
you
trigger
have to
still
be careful
kills
of
it.
is this Brian shit.
Yeah.
So you want to throw.
I mean, can I double check? I know it's a friendly game. We're talking it
I
out.
don't know. Since you're bringing this to the tournament, I want you to.
I am, yeah.
So I think
There's a
this
couple cards
George
I'm
might be on
thinking
this for
about
regionals. I think that's Mark's kind of like decision. I think he wants to coach him through it and just explain to him.
Scorched Earth for Palp. this. I love this.
It's good if you know your opposing deck.
I think that was definitely the right.
Yeah, for my style of this deck, yeah.
So it's me, right?
Yeah.
Because you. No. I was about to do something.
You're about to
Yeah.
automate defense to keep Phasma, right?
Yeah, he was about to automate defense. I like getting rid of the
you can still
damage,
do.
but he doesn't need to do it. Like, Phasma can die, and now he's going to win the
If
game.
there is a riot shield, then this forces you to do something about Phasma.
Yeah,
You either got to reroll that into a 3, or
exactly. Yeah.
so I'm gonna write. Spotting. Go ahead.
It's not a bad play. Like, he was saying,
No,
if
this
it is a
would've been
riot shield, which
dead.
it's not, then he would have to force Mark to either pitch the last card or play it.
Killing me, Vader.
So Vader rolls into the lethal on Phasma. That does not matter,
I know,
because that First Order Stormtrooper die does not go away. And he still has a full health Sentinel Messenger.
Kill Phasma.
So Phasma's dead. Kill Vader. And so now he's got a 1 health First Order Stormtrooper against an 8 health Sentinel Messenger. First Order Stormtrooper has 50% damage size. So nothing to scoff at, but
Claim. If you didn't realize that, Bennett.
Oh,
he's going to pitch to reroll.
are you,
No, he's
Got
not.
pass?
huh?
You just got pass?
Do you want to finish it out?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, that's what I figured you were gonna do.
Yeah, I thought you might have discarded the reroll trying to get
I mean,
the 1 out of 6 chance to hit the damage.
He does have Mega Blasters too, so he can jam down Mega Blasters and get 2 more damage dice. He won't get the full 3, but because Phasma's the leader, she's dead. Oh no, the Imperial Officer's the leader, so that's pretty sweet.
You can reroll any die.
It's a blank.
There's still
That was a
fine, I think.
thing.
I got time to draw this out.
how much time we got?
Yeah. You got it.
Looking for time.
Pretty much. He won. You can mark it. Put him down.
I'm sorry. I just want to finish it out just so I can know what I gotta do.
1 HP Stormtrooper's gonna do much. Because I can't remove
Mark's a
any
great
dice.
guy. George is a great guy. These are 2 just great guys
but
just
I
playing
don't know
Destiny.
that.
That's what you love to see in the community.
You wanna?
Yeah.
Spot a leader, counter intel. But again, it doesn't really matter what
so I
he's
know
got
you
because if he removes anything, he
Oh, it's on top of your deck.
he wins. So like Mark literally cannot do anything. He cannot remove or else he loses. He can't. I mean, he could have another
Well, I
riot
gotta hit
shield,
a
but I
damage.
don't think he does. I see a stifle, fear and dead men, Vader saber. All been real nice when Vader wasn't dead. Big resource. Comes a conscript. Loves those 1 out of 6s, baby. Pitch fear and dead men. 2 for 1. There's some damage.
Imperial officer. She's a leader.
Here comes. Oh, we get the 1. The 1 out of 6, baby. I think that's GG. Yep. GG. Well played, George. Nice job, Mark, for being friendly. For those of you guys, thank you for watching this. This has been Ryan with the Brothers Dimm, and as
Well-
always, we are out.
Mega Blasters is